Ever since I've been challenged to the 110-day movie challenge, I hate discussing things that have had an impact on my life. But if I must, here we go. Everybody has had an album that's changed their lives. People will tell you Dark Side of the Moon, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Nevermind, Pimp a Butterfly, or the original Monster Mash. But the album that's impacted my life, well,
It's not that I think you're bad looking. You don't like rock and roll. It's not that I don't like your cooking. You don't like rock and roll.
this album blew my goddamn mind. Hunx and His Punx's Hunx and Hunx and His Punx's gay singles had resonated with me in a way I had yet to even completely understand. I had yet to realize I was even in the closet, yet this album lit up my whole damn world. Hunx, also known as Seth Bogart, was the coolest rock star alive to me at the time. He sang like crap, he spent half the set undressing. He has his own web show, he's a handsome fucker. And he owned a boutique in Chicago, that's cool.
Here's where you can buy records, including this one, all the celebrity mags you could ever dream of, all the t-shirts you could ever want. Why do they still say $18? They should say
To
$5.
say Hunx and His Punx had an influence on me in music would be a tad bit of an understatement.
You like Marcy like you do. What the fuck is wrong with you? And he said he'd change. He said he'd change.
This was far from the first punk record I had ever heard, but something about it stood above the rest. It stood out from the crowd. I can't tell you what. Well, I can tell you what. That's what this essay is about. Gay singles had a much more profound impact on me than just something I could steal music from. And we're going to get into that. But first, it's a tiny history lesson on queercore. My favorite queer band is Kiss.
Punk rock. The genre and cultural movement came blaring into existence as an answer to the excessive cock rock of the 1970s. Spitting in the face of rock traditionalism, punk rock was more queer, more female, and more diverse than any rock genre before it. The gay roots of punk rock are well documented, with bands such as 999, The Dicks, The Dickies, The Buzzcocks, and X-Ray Specs, all laying the fundamental groundwork for what punk rock would become. In the 1980s, hardcore punk arose, a genre more conservative and born of suburban rage. I will take that to... I am GB Lunch, and I'm drunk. Hardcore punk. Gone was the makeup and S&M gear, and in was ripped jeans and ripped t-shirts. As an answer to this more machismo rigid punk form, queercore emerged. Punk music with queer politics and progressive sexual and gender identities at the forefront of the music. This is GB Lunch signing off for the BBC. Back to Ken Kennington with the football.
Punk was far from the first outsider music genre that connected with me. That distinction would go to while I still love metal so much, it bears a lot of the same problems that plagued classic cock rock. Inaccessible musicianship. Most of the guys were sweaty white dudes in the bands. Oh boy, that's sexism and homophobia. Not all metal is like this, of course, but for the time being, I was done. Gone were the days of Satan and Slayer, and in was the Ramones and Mohawks. I never had a mohawk. I formed a band, I started playing concerts. I'd wear all black, I'd try to be just as manly and cool as all the other bands playing the Meat Locker in the late hours of the New Jersey evening. I was lost in every sense. Music wasn't going well. High school sucked. I had to start reevaluating myself like any angsty teen would at that time. And that is when I found Hunx and His Punx. But why did Hunx and His Punx resonate with me so much? Hell, the metal god himself, Rob Halford, was gay. I think why Hunx resonated with me in particular was his take on sexuality. Hunx wasn't just gay, he was. Every single song was about a boy. Every single song was gay. It was unavoidable, sang in his nasally tone, and it fucking rocked.
Oh, hello there. I was just in the loo. Punk rock music has a tendency to be loud, aggressive, and in your face. Many queercore artists apply this concept to their queerness. The lyrical content and the gay content of songs such as Good Kisser, Bad Boyfriend, and That Is So Gay are unavoidable. Many singers I watched The Legend of Boggy Creek again. Many singers even emphasize lisps, high-pitched singing, and other stereotypes associated with queerness to almost amplify the gayness up to 11, much like a guitar. Many singers and acts say they do this to annoy, quote-unquote, the homophobe in the back. This is an interesting aspect of the art form. Well, I have to go and catch the buzz. I mean the bus. I will see you all later. I am leaving now. Leave me alone, camera. I'm not.
Gay Singles wasn't just a celebration of being gay. It was rubbing your face in the gayness. It was shameless. I think another huge part of the Hunx and His Punx sound is that 1950s element. The chord progressions, the background singing, the twangy guitar, all make it like you're on a gay beach back in 1962. Hearing Hunx sing over the amp sounds in the 1950s makes gayness sound as timeless as Elvis or the Everly Brothers. For 1 second, I can get lost and forget I ever had a reason to feel shame for these feelings. It was just a party I'd celebrate most nights by dancing alone in my bedroom in my underwear. And at the time, I didn't even know I was gay. But now, 4 years later, I'm out, I'm pan, I'm happy, and I have a queercore band that no one listens to. I don't think Seth or any of his punks really thought they were making a bold political statement with Gay Singles. But they helped this one queer boy out in a way that he's just starting to understand.
Hunx and His Punx, 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 Hunx and His Punx.